What's going on YouTube? Mike here once again, and today was pretty much of a bittersweet kind of a day. I took a trade this morning, absolutely picture perfect trade, perfect entry. Unfortunately, I did not trail my stop loss, so I kind of left a lot of money on the table, which, like I said, I'm glad the trade was perfect, but man, I wish I'd have stayed in it. So let me go show you exactly what the trade was and and how I got in it. So if we come over, I'm on the NAS and I'm trading these, trying to work on that silver bullet strategy. And so far it's, well, yesterday's trade, I was basing on the silver bullet, but it did not do the market shift. So I just kind of ran it up. If you remember, I just kind of ran it up its trend and made some money there. But today's entry actually did the official silver bullet, and it worked out very well. So actually I did two trades today, and this first one to the left here, I don't even know why I got in it, to be honest with you. I mean, NAS was dropping so much, I just figured, you know what, I'm just going to kind of jump in on it and see what I can do. And what I did is, when I did get in it, I was down on the 1 minute. Here, let me go back here, see if I can just kind of put it in here. I was kind of watching it go down, and I went down to the 1 minute, and it kind of came up and tapped into this fair value gap right here. I figured I'd jump in, which I did, and to be honest, I didn't even take it all the way down because it was kind of messing around, and I just didn't like the way that it was working. Plus, it kind of went against my strategy, so I kind of felt bad about that. So I got out of that one. I still had a profit, just not very much at all. However, I continued waiting, and right here is 9:30. Market opened. So it starts doing its kind of crazy thing here, and it's still dropping. I mean, it's dropping pretty well. But we had, let me go back and show you what I marked up originally. If we look at the 15-minute, we can see there was a low here, and there was a low here, and then there was this other low right here. So what I was doing, I was kind of waiting for it to take out some of these lows. I wasn't sure which ones it was going to take out, or if it was even going to take out all three of them. So what I did was, I'm just kind of waiting. I think I was waiting on the 5 minute, and I saw that it took out this low, this one here. So I got rid of that, and then it was coming down, and it started taking out that low as well. And we move forward. And it kind of tapped into this low also. So as far as I was concerned, it pretty much swept that low, but these ones were for sure. So I was kind of waiting for it to do now its market shift. So I jumped down on the 1 minute because it took out those lows. And if you remember from my last video, I have a fair value gap indicator that kind of shows them. So I basically came down here, it took out this low, and I already took out this low as well. So we get rid of that. So now what I'm waiting for it to do is take out this high. If it broke this high, then I knew we had a market shift, and then I'd wait for it to come back to a fair value gap and then take off. And I actually drew this as kind of like what I was doing before, like when we were around this time frame. I actually drew these little arrows, this little diagram here. Basically what I was looking for is looking for it to break this high, come back down, hit a true fair value gap, and then go. So I'm sitting on the 1 minute. And we had a nice big push up there. I'm kind of still waiting, And we had a little bit of change of character there, but that really wasn't the one that I was looking for. I was looking for this high to be broken. So it took a couple of minutes, and now we're into the 10 o'clock time frame, which is what the silver bullet's supposed to be. And here we go. We have it broke. It broke that high, so we now have a market structure shift. And it actually closed on above that one as well. So now all I was waiting for it to do was to come back down, and if you see this little green zone area is a fair value gap that created. So now I'm basically waiting for it to tap into this fair value gap. So it starts coming down, and there it tapped into it, and then by the time I got in, actually it was around, I think it was the next candle I was waiting for. Actually, it was that first candle. This is when I got in because I knew it tapped there, and actually came back and tapped it again. But then once it tapped it twice, it was basically a sure thing. So what I did is I entered two trade entries, and one of them was a 1-to-1, which is right here. And then I also added an entry that I was going to wait out for a 2-to-1, take profit. And exactly what happened, boom. I mean, immediately, within a minute, boom, it hit my TP1. So that trade was done. So now I just had to wait for the TP2 to be hit. But in the meantime, I actually moved my stop loss up to break even on my second entry. And it didn't even matter. Because boom. I mean, within 2 minutes, both my take profits were hit. And that's when I was like, dang. Well, you know, I should have possibly kept it in there. And then it just, like, let me go to the 5-minute. It just went crazy this morning. I mean, it just kept going up. And I'm sitting here watching, I'm thinking, I could have gotten in again. But you know what? With my luck, that's when it would do a midpoint. Because a lot of times what it'll do is it'll come up to a midpoint for a pullback and turn around and go back down again. So I just figured, you know what? I got my 2-to-1. I got my 1-to-1. I'm just going to be happy. And I'm just going to sit here with a little box of popcorn and kind of watch the show. And sure enough, I mean, the high that it probably was going to be targeting was possibly this one. And maybe even go higher than that. It's still, let's see what time it is here. It's actually 1 o'clock basically Eastern time. It's 12 o'clock my time. So the market's still open, so I don't know where it's going to end. But sure enough, I mean, it went all the way up past this line already, and it just kept going. And I'm thinking, you know what? I mean, that's why I say it was bittersweet. I mean, here we go. I ended here. I could have just stop loss, trailed my stop loss all the way up, and it would have been an amazing trade for my funded account that I'm doing. So yeah, I did some profit, and it kind of helped the cause, but it's not anything that I could have gotten. Again, you gotta, you know, experience is kind of like the best teacher here. But anyway, I'm happy with what I got. I did apply more towards my funded challenge. Let me see what we got a funded pro. So here is my account so far. I'm up $271 towards my $2,500. But anyway, today's profit was $100. Could have been a lot more, but we'll see. Maybe tomorrow we'll have the same kind of setup, and then I'm going to increase the lot size now that I'm getting very comfortable with this strategy. Increase the lot size and do the trail that stop loss. Anyway, that's it for today's video. And if you like what I'm doing so far, hopefully get this thing passed sooner than later. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and then that way you'll see when I come up with some new videos. But until then, stay profitable.